I came home from work and found my brother and his wife inside my house, pointing at walls and talking about renovations once it's theirs. 10 minutes later, my parents told me to sign the house over to him. Months after that, I sat at a mandatory family meeting and dropped a binder on the table that made everyone go quiet. I was 38, and I bought that 3-bedroom with my own money. Years in IT, certifications, and saving. I fixed it up, moved in, and thought I was finally free of family strings. I was wrong. Growing up, my brother was the golden child, and I was the extra. Bigger room, paid college, nicer cars. My parents said out loud he'd inherit everything because he was born first. When he got married, they gifted him a down payment. When I asked for help later, I got a bootstraps lecture. 2 months after I moved in, my parents invited themselves over. Dad inspected my renovations like I was an idiot. Mom kept asking if I was lonely in all this space. Then Dad said, "Your mother and I think it makes more sense for your brother to take over this property." "Excuse me? He has kids," Mom said. "You're single. Be practical." "We're not taking it," Dad added. "He'll let you stay until you find something smaller." My brother walked out of my kitchen. "Smug, don't take it personally," he said. "You don't need all this." I stood up. "This is my home. I'm not signing anything. Get out." After that, they acted like I was selfish for saying no. Guilt texts, calls about family unity. My aunt joined in to shame me. My brother and his wife started showing up unannounced, strolling through my rooms, casually planning what they'd change. One Saturday, I came back from the gym and found their SUV in my driveway. They'd used a spare key I kept under a rock, so I kicked them out, changed the locks, and installed cameras. That's when I stopped hoping they'd get it. The breaking point was my classic car, a restored '69 Dodge Dart I rebuilt myself. 2 years of work went into that thing. One afternoon, I heard a sound that made my stomach drop. Then I heard a long scraping sound outside. Next, I saw my nephew dragging a rock along the door. After that, the scratch ran from headlight to taillight. Then I yelled, "What the hell are you doing?" Next, he smirked and said, "It's just a stupid old car." After that, my brother rushed over, furious at me, not him. My parents took their side. Again, nobody offered to pay. So I told my brother, "Pay $3,500 or I file a report." He laughed and offered $500. I filed anyway. Then my bank called to verify a refinance application using my house as collateral. I hadn't applied for anything. The name on the paperwork was my parents'. County records showed why. They'd mortgaged their own house to bankroll my brother's failed ventures, and foreclosure had started. They were desperate enough to create a fake family trust, backdate it, and try to slide my address into it with a forged signature. My brother's wife signed as a witness. I hired a lawyer and sent cease and desist letters to my parents, my brother, his wife, and my aunt. 2 days later, my mom texted, "Family meeting Sunday, mandatory." I showed up with my evidence and listened to the usual speeches about respect and unity. Then I set the binder down and said it slowly. "I know about the mortgages. I know about the foreclosure. I know about the fake trust." Silence. My brother went pale. My uncle walked in mid-fight and blew it up, admitting he'd loaned my brother $85,000 and was done covering for him. That was the moment everyone realized I wasn't guessing. I wasn't unstable. I had receipts. I kept it simple. Option 1, I file everything. Fraud, forgery, harassment, property damage. Option 2, you leave me alone forever. No calls, no visits, stay away from my home. The next morning, my mom texted, "We choose option 2. Sure, so I chose option 1. My lawyer filed the restraining order and the claims anyway, because these people never respected a boundary unless it came with consequences. The court granted the order. My brother got hit with the full car judgment, and once the bank got involved, my parents ended up with fines and probation. Life got quiet after that. I finished renovating my house, got promoted, and drove my Dodge on weekends with the only people who showed up for me. Blood didn't make them family. Respect did. The people who tried to steal my home weren't family, they were thieves. What would you have done in my place? Press charges or fold for family? Drop your thoughts.